you're at.
Alright. Did you know that there are approximately 500,000 annual deaths in the United States related to smoking exposure? According to tobacco product use among adults, I want to talk today about the bonuses that result from quitting smoking, what tobacco is and what it really does to you, and secondhand smoking. So if you don't personally smoke yourself, I bet you can name at least one person that you know that does, or that has. Tobacco use affects literally everybody, just because even if you don't smoke it, you'll still have benefits or harmfulness from others around you. Tobacco use for me actually is kind of close to home, because one of my uncles had mouth cancer as well as a stroke, which resulted strictly from tobacco. So a pack of cigarettes on average costs about $5.50, with only 20 cigarettes in the pack. So as you can see, that's pretty costly, considering some people smoke a pack a day or more. According to Impulsivity in Tobacco Products Use Over Time, in a United States population-based study, quitting smoking resulted in 4 to 6 years of life gained. So based from that, if you were to quit smoking, it results in more life, you'd be saving a lot of money, and you'd have more or better health. So overall, it just becomes more happiness. So not to mention the high cost of cigarettes, health insurance companies are legally allowed to charge 50% more for smokers. So just because you smoke, your health insurance will go up. I bet you didn't know that porcine hemoglobin, which is actually pig's blood, was found in cigarettes. Tobacco industries are not obligated to disclose what ingredients or additives are used. So really, you could be putting anything in your mouth without even knowing what the ingredients really are. Tobacco effects include things like cancer, high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, miscarriage, diabetes, or even death, obviously. There's a huge knowledge deficit based on information of what tobacco really is and what it can do to your body. Electronic cigarettes increase exposure to nicotine and often lead to a gateway of smoking cigarettes. While not all of them contain tobacco, it's actually proven that the fruity vape flavors have high carcinogens. So it's still not healthy. So as you can see from this, here's a few stats about tobacco in Kentucky. So 7,700 tobacco-related deaths annually just in Kentucky. And then there's one about, it says 23.1% of high school males are current spit tobacco users. And then a few quotes that I want to talk about from the CDC. In 2017, 14.3 of high school students smoked on at least one day in the past 30 days just from Kentucky. And then in 2016, the percent of adult smokers was 24.5, which was 17.1% nationally. And then here's some more things from Kentucky. So high school students are 14.3% of them are cigarette smokers, which is 8.8 in the United States. And then adults is 24.5 and 17.1 in the United States. According to Prevalence and Disparities in Tobacco Product Use Among Americans, tobacco smoke has more than 7,000 harmful chemical components that enter a human body either directly through smoking, indirectly through secondhand exposure to smoke, exhaled by a smoker, or through downstream smoke released from a cigarette. So obviously tobacco can just as easily kill non-smokers because of smokers and what they have in the air. Approximately half of the world's children are exposed to secondhand smoking. So reality is, we are exposed every day to secondhand smoke no matter where we are or what we're doing. Places like airports, shopping areas like malls, your workplace, restaurants, cafes, and so much more. Secondhand smoke effects result in mostly the same as if you were smoking yourself, some of which are like asthma, cancer, diseases, and other things. So in conclusion, tobacco does more harm than it benefits. Tobacco use is very costly. You don't truly know what's in it. and it increases the world's secondhand brain exposure. Some important things to take away from what I've been talking about is that there are 500,000 annual deaths related to tobacco use. There's more than 7,000 chemical toxins released, and stopping smoking results in 4 to 6 years or more of life. Tobacco does not only come from cigarettes, so some things are cigars, pipes, some hookah and e-cigs, and then chewing tobacco. And then the last thing that I wanted to end on is, according to the CDC, tobacco companies spent $9.5 billion in 2016 on tobacco product advertising, so advertising for all their different products, which results in about $26 million a day. So this to me shows that they had the money to discuss the facts or dangers or even the ingredients of what is actually in tobacco or nicotine products, but they just didn't. Anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you.
Do you think that they will regulate tobacco harder, like for more time to come?
What is it? Regulate harder?
Yeah, tobacco harder.
Like,
Put more restrictions and stuff, like what goes into cigarettes.
so his question was whether I think that they will regulate harder, like tobacco use and stuff. And honestly, I don't think that they will, just because it actually is a very high income or revenue and tax. So, I mean, I just don't think that they will.